Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being with me again in this live section. Thank you so much for joining. So, guys, let's dig deep into what we have for today. Like big news coming up from Nigerian Minister of Works and former Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi has revealed something that may shake the political landscape of the country. The federal government is now open to negotiating the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that's the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Now let's break this down. Not just what he said, but why it matters, who it affects, and what could happen next. So during a press briefing in Lagos, David Umahi he told the journalist, "We are willing to negotiate his release, but no one should make it a condition because the president did not put him there." So let's pause there. Let's just pause there. What does this mean? So now ask, what does this mean? It means Tinubu's administration is not completely against the idea of releasing Nnamdi Kanu, but they don't want it to look like they're being forced politically. And Umahi is saying very clearly, Nnamdi Kanu's release should not be a political bargaining chip for Southeast support. Now, Umahi's defense of Tinubu, David Umahi went further. He praised President Tinubu. Tinubu may not be perfect, but he's doing most things right. The international community has confidence in his reform. Now, in simple terms, he's telling Nigerians that Tinubu is trying his best, right? He also said that foreign investors and countries believe in Tinubu's leadership, and that's why projects and funding are coming in. He's basically saying, calm down, things will get better, that we should trust the process. Now, on the Southeast and marginalization claim, Umahi also addressed a sensitive topic, whether the Southeast is being left out of national affairs. He said the Southeast now has a voice at the center. We would not return to Egypt. What is he trying to say here? He's saying under Tinubu, the Southeast has gotten better recognition. He compares past governments to Egypt, a place of hardship, and says things are improving now. He even mentioned that opposition governors in the East are cooperating with the federal government. That's a call for unity across party lines. So the part was interesting. This where the part was interesting, where Umar talked about the 2027 election. Now he said, "I will not run in 2027. I will work for my boss, President Tinubu." It's so funny that they are coming out to say that they want to negotiate. The federal government wants to negotiate with Kano now. But if we look at it, we don't need the negotiation. Yes, we don't need it at all. We don't even need the negotiation. And the fact that Umahi is seen supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is something that many people are asking, what is really happening? Now, this was the part where David Umahi said, "I will not run in 2027. I will work for my boss, President Tinubu." In his simple words, he's trying to tell us that he won't be contesting for president, but he's throwing his full weight behind Tinubu for 2027. So now we are seeing the 2027 race starting to shape up with key players taking sides earlier. David Umahi has definitely taken sides with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that he's going to work with him in 2027, even though he doesn't even contest for the president. Like now, let's explain why I feel that this thing is huge. Let me explain more on this thing. The federal government has denied and delayed Kanu's release for years. Now suddenly they are open to talk. Why now? Like, what really changed? That is the big deal here. Why did the federal government, after so many years they have denied and delayed Kanu's release for years, now suddenly they are open to talks? No, what really changed? What happened? That is the question. So David Umahi comments signal a shift in federal tone. Whether it's real action or just politics, we'll really find out. Then many believe that this is a strategy ahead of 2027 election. Yeah, that many people are saying that, that who knows that if this is a strategy, ahead of 2027 election, they want to come and use and distract people, or so that people will now vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu because of he has said that the federal government wants to negotiate, are ready to negotiate with Kano for his release. So they're seeing it as a strategy ahead of 2027 election. The Southeast is key, and Tinubu wants to win them over. Yes, they have found out that Southeast is the key to win this 2027 election. So they've tried to play smart by telling David Umahi to come out and tell us that the federal government are ready to negotiate with Kano. This is just a strategy to win 2027 election. And by the way, so we don't need the negotiation. Yes, we don't need it. We don't need it. Why are they coming out to say that they want to negotiate now? I don't even think that Nnamdi Kanu will ever agree to that. So some people think that this is medicine after death. To be honest, this is medicine after death. This one have been in detention for so many years. You guys never thought of negotiating or talking out things so that they will release him. So some people think that this is medicine after death. Too little, too late. Critics are saying that Umahi once supported Kanu's arrest and IPOB prosecution. Yes, David Umahi supported Kanu's arrest and even read the IPOB prescription. Now the same Umahi is coming out now to tell us that he wants to negotiate, that the federal government is ready to negotiate with Kanu. Who sent Umahi? If this is a strategy to win 2027 election, it's not going to work. They have found that the Southeast is the only key that they're going to use and win 2027 election. Because if you notice the recent adjustment in politics now, you find out that P2B, Rufai, and Atiku has joined in coalition to overthrow Tinubu. So they're actually looking for a way in order for Tinubu to come out so that the Southeast will be able to vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But it's not going to work at all. It is not even going to work. So others believe that dialogue is better than detention, that Kanu's release could cool tensions in the many regions. Now, they believe that, okay, before many people were believing that dialogue was the best thing, but what kept the federal government long? What made them not to dialogue the issue for so long now? Why all of a sudden they're coming out to say this? Now, so here's the real question. Do you believe the federal government is serious about negotiating Nnamdi Kanu's release, or is this just another political game as 2027 approaches? I want you guys to drop your thoughts below. Yes, drop your thoughts so that I will actually know if these people are actually looking for a way to win 2027 election by saying that they're not ready to negotiate with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his release. Now, the federal government are trying to, I think that David Umahi says Tinubu did not arrest Kanu. Yes, he said that Tinubu did not arrest Kanu. True, but the government he now leads continue to hold him, right? He said that Tinubu did not arrest Kanu. That is fine. We know that it was not Tinubu that arrested him. It's fine. But the government he now leads, the government that Tinubu now leads is now continuing to hold him. When I saw this news on Vanguard, where they said that David Umahi said that federal government is ready to negotiate with Kanu, I was just laughing. I was laughing because I know that, this is a strategy for them to win 2027 election. You guys have not forgotten that David Umahi is fully in support with Tinubu. Yes, he even came out to tell us that he's going to vote for Tinubu come 2027, even though he does not contest, but he's going to work for his boss, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, this statement is an attempt, to distance Tinubu from Buhari's administration, even though there's clear continuity in how the Kanu's case is being handled. Is damage control, saying don't blame us while still keeping him in detention. So I feel this is a damage control. They want to see how they're going to say, oh, don't blame Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If we should not blame Bola Ahmed Tinubu, why is he still in detention? He's still in detention in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime, which I feel that, Bola Ahmed Tinubu still have every possible right to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just like he released Metu Alali. Tinubu came into office immediately and released the Fulani leader, which is Metu Alali. He also released Sunday Igbo. So they should not come and start doing this damage control of it, because we already know that this is a strategy for them in 2027. Now, I think that what is really happening here is selective sympathy versus genuine justice. If federal government is now willing to negotiate, what stopped them before? That's the question we should be asking ourselves in this Nigeria. We should not be silent. We need to ask questions. If the federal government say that they are not willing to negotiate, now the question we should ask ourselves and the federal government, then what stopped them before from negotiating? Did anybody come to tell them that, oh, don't do this, don't do that? That's the question we should ask ourselves. Now, it raises the question, is this a legal decision, a moral one, or just political strategy? Many Nigerians, especially in the South, see it as a late calculated sympathy, not justice. Yes. For me, I don't know for you guys, but so that's why I told you guys to drop your comment below so I will know what you guys really think about this. For me, I feel that this is a late calculated sympathy. It's not justice. We don't need negotiation. We need justice. Time has gone when we were demanding for them to do a dialogue or negotiate, but they refused to listen. Bola Ahmed Tinubu turned deaf ears in negotiating or settling it in a peaceful way, like through dialogue. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu turned a deaf ear. So now I feel that this is a late something. It's now very, 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 very late. So what we want, many people, many Nigerians, many Southeast are now seeing this as a late calculated sympathy, not justice. So we want justice, right? We want justice. So now, this 2027 general election that is approaching, The Southeast has been delusioned with politicians. Voter turnout has dropped. Yes, and the federal government needs Southeast support, and Nnamdi Kanu is still a powerful, emotional, and symbolic figure. What do you guys really think about this 27 general election and what David Umahi just said? For me, I feel that this is is a way. The federal government needs the Southeast support, because if you notice, the Northerners have turned their back on Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Many people, if you guys saw, there was this video I saw online where these Northerners were seen tearing the billboard. Like they were tearing the billboard where Tinubu was using to campaign for his election. Come to say, we are tearing it because you know why? They are disappointed in Tinubu based on the insecurity. You guys know that insecurity was so much in the northern side, and sometimes I just keep laughing. You know why I'm laughing is because insecurity was so much in the northern side. So now the northerners have now realized that, oh, the Bola and Tinubu they voted for, thinking is going to help them or do something for them, didn't do anything for them. Now many Northerners have. I'm not very sure that the Northerners will still vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I'm not sure that anybody will want to vote for him come 27 election again. So now he's looking for the support of the Southeast. Thereby, he's now sending David Umahi as his spokesman now to come and tell them that the federal government is ready to negotiate with Kanu. The Southeast are rejecting that. No, it is too late. It is too late. So now, in this person's opinion here, the person is saying, in the comment below, the person is saying, in my own opinion, there is no need for negotiation with the government regarding Kanu's case, but to immediately release him. Exactly. We don't need any negotiation with Kanu's case, because there was a time that many people were telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we need you to, even the Northerners said it. There was a video, if you guys were following my channel, there's a video I posted whereby a Northern man, this man was from APC. He came out and was telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu to bring peace in Nigeria. I want you to just release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through dialogue. He told Tinubu, but what did he do? Tinubu turned deaf ears. Now all of a sudden they're coming out to negotiation. No, we don't need a negotiation again. It is too late. It is too late for negotiation because of this 7 now. That all of them are not coming out saying that they want to do negotiation. They want a peaceful dialogue. No, we don't need that again. So now the federal government needs Southeast support. And Nnamdi Kanu is someone that they see as a powerful, emotional, and symbolic figure to do that. So suddenly, negotiation becomes part of the political conversation. This is coincidence. Like they now see it as a form of political conversation. They're not saying that, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an emotional and symbolic figure. They're saying that, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only way we are going to use and win this election. No? Why don't we just tell the whole world that let us settle this peacefully? No, we can never trust Nigerian government, and we're not even agreeing for negotiation. We are not at all. So, by positioning themselves as open to dialogue, the federal government now wants to calm tensions in the Southeast, reduce support for the separatist movement, regain trust among Igbo youth and political influencers. They want to send a message like, we are not your enemy, we are listening now. No, we don't need you guys to listen again. We don't need the Nigerian government to listen again. Justice is already working out for us. Yes, taking a look at what happened in Kenya. The Kenyan authority have already asked Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release Mazi Nnamdi. They've already seen that, oh, the South is about to win. They're not coming out to tell us that we're no longer your enemies. We're not listening to what you guys are saying. We don't care about the negotiation again. We already know that justice will prevail in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. We have already seen it. So, looking at what this person said here, the comments here shown on the screen, you can see that it says it will be advisable to consider negotiation as a viable option if there are any concerns regarding Kanu's potential involvement in offense. He's saying that it will be advisable to consider the negotiation as a viable option. That's if there's any concerns regarding Kanu's potential involvement in offense. Exactly. So, now, if you look at what many people have been saying, both the Southeast, they have been criticizing this thing that David Umahi said. People went as far as even saying that David Umahi herself is like, imagine this man now, he's an Igbo man. Like, in fact, David Umahi is a betrayer. To be honest, that one is just a betrayer. I will not even lie about that one. David Umahi came out and said that he's going to support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That no matter what, that even if he doesn't contest, he's going to support his boss, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This same David Umahi has never even come out to say anything about IPOB. He has never come to say anything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in detention. In fact, this same David Umahi was the one that read IPOB prescription. It's such a shame. When I tell you guys that our Southeast brothers are the ones doing us, you guys think I'm playing, right? They are the ones causing the problems we have in Nigeria. Our Southeast brothers are betrayals. David Umahi never came out to say anything about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All of a sudden, he's out here. All of a sudden, he's out here telling us that he would want that the federal government is not ready to negotiate. And we, the Southeast, are telling him that we don't need that negotiation. Time has already gone. It is fast. It is too late. But there is a trust deficit. Many people don't trust the federal government. Like I just told you guys, many people don't trust the federal government. Even me, I don't trust the federal government at all. So this thing that saying that they are going to that the federal government is ready to negotiate with Kanu, we don't trust them. We don't trust them. The same people. There was a time that okay, I'm going to give you guys this story. Maybe many people have forgotten about it. There was a time that the brother of Kanu came out on social media and was telling people that Seyi, the son of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, during the 23 election, that he came and met him and told him that if only Kanu and his team does not cause any problem during the election, that is going to assure him that he's going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brother went on further to ask him, is your father aware of what you said? That if we don't cause any problem in the South, that if we stay quiet throughout the 2023 election, that you're going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He said yes. He said yes, my father is aware of it. I'm going to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So today, this is 2 years of his father in office, and nothing has been done. So now this is where trust issue comes in. Many people don't trust the federal government, especially on issues of justice and political prisoners. They don't trust him. They already know that all these things that David Umahi is saying is rubbish. They already know that, oh, this is just a strategy for them to win 2027 election. And once they win the 2027 election again, they will dump the Southeast people. They will still dump Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So they're no longer trusting the federal government. So federal government has made promises before with no follow through. They've made so many promises before without no follow through. Nnamdi Kanu's human rights have been violated multiple times according to international bodies. So any talk of negotiation now is viewed with suspicion. Like that is it. Any talk of negotiation now is viewed with suspicion. Now, what is the catch? What are they trying to do? What is their mission? What is the plan? What are they trying to catch up with? That's why they're coming out to say, oh, let us negotiate with the IPOB. Let's negotiate with Kanu. Now, federal government is facing domestic pressure, protests, regional unrest, and international image concern. Nigerian image has suffered due to Kanu's controversial extradition, his long detention without proper trial, disregard for court rulings that once ordered his release. No, this willingness to negotiate may be part of an image cleaning strategy to avoid more global embarrassment. Yes. Now, Umahi, this is what David Umahi said that shocked me. I'll read it for you guys. He said, I will not run in 2027. I will work for my boss, Tinubu. Like, I keep asking myself, this man is a very big betrayer. He said he's not going to run, but he will work for his boss, Tinubu. Like, and I asked, this is a no random statement, right? Now, it's part of a broader campaign loyalty dance. He wants to be seen as a team player, not as a threat, positioning himself for future political favors or a major post. So Umahi praises Tinubu for his economic reforms, his federal project, his inclusion of the Southeast. This is meant to show that Tinubu is doing well and deserves support, even as the region remains frustrated. It's a move to rewrite the narrative and tell the Southeast the present is better than the last. So that is what Umahi is trying to do. But we already know the games. We already know the games they are playing. We already know, oh, this is just what they want to use and see if they're going to win the 2027 election. And we are saying a big no to that. So looking at what's really happening here, he said in 2021, Kanu was forcefully adopted and extradited to Nigeria from Kenya. Now, the same government line is saying, let's negotiate. That shift is dramatic and shows how power dynamics and public pressures are forcing the federal government to backtrack. Who knows why they're not saying let us negotiate because of the election? Now, Umahi said they're willing to negotiate, but no mention of when or how. He said that David Umahi have come out to tell us that they're going to negotiate, but he have not told us how and when. So no explanation if Kanu will be freed unconditionally or on strict terms. This leaves many Nigerians and they're asking, is this real or is just talk? Now, for me, whether it's real or not, whether they're saying what is real or they're not saying what is real, we're not agreeing to it. Like I told you guys before, many people went on further saying that the federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu conditionally or unconditionally. But for me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not take that, will not buy that idea. He will not. This is the reason why I said he will not buy that idea. The federal government have a way of, dealing with the indigenous people of Biafra. They want to make sure that Kanu stops Biafra. So this is the reason why I said that Kanu will not be able to accept that thing. Kanu will not accept to be released conditional or unconditional. He will not release it because of the strict terms the government may give. The government may come out now and say that, oh, okay, let them, if we release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's going to stop traveling to many countries, he's going to remain in Nigeria, he will submit his passport, he's going to stop Radio Biafra, and I'm not sure Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is ready to do that. In fact, I don't even see any reason for the negotiation. Yes, I don't see any reason, because justice is we're already coming to freedom. Biafra will soon be, like you said, Biafra will soon come to pass. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will soon be freed. So I don't see any reason for the negotiation. They're not trying to bribe in their ways because of the 2027 election. That's what they're trying to do. So now the government is talking about negotiation, but we ask again, where is the roadmap? Where is the sincerity? Is this about peace or is it just about power? Until we see reaction, court orders followed, political hostilities reduced, and justice served, this remains just another round of what political grammar. Guys, let me know what you guys really think about this thing that David Umahi said, as well as what do you guys really think? Do you guys think it's just a political strategy, or a way that Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to come again? You guys know that in 2023 he came with his own strategy, but that time he sent his son Tinubu to go and do it. Now they all believed him, thinking that it's going to work out. When we found out that, oh, you can never trust the government, and this time around we are not trusting him. We're not trusting him at all. We're not going to trust we're not trusting the Nigerian government, because all their plan is how to win 2027 election, and once they win it, they're out. They don't care about anything going on again. So guys, I want you guys to just watch this video and listen to what these African leaders said to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that they're going to sue him if care is not taken, especially because of what is going on in the country and the unlawful detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, same as the insecurity in the land. Guys, just listen to what these African leaders have to say, and I will write back to analyze more on why the federal government, why David Umahi is saying that the federal government is ready to negotiate with Kanu. Guys, just watch this and I'll be right back.
On behalf of Pan-African Forum Limited and Associates, to place before the African Union Commission a formal submission on the failure of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to deposit the Article 34, subsection 6 declaration, having signed and ratified to the protocols and the treaty of the setting up of the African Court on Human and People's Rights in Arusha. It is a moment for me, as a person who has struggled all along,
please share the life for
that as we see Nigeria abduct people,
you're welcome,
and as we see the country of Nigeria fall to pieces, we watch abduction, terrorists picking up girls, banditry, hostage, kidnap. We have kept quiet. We have listened, we have watched. With a population of 250 million people, Africa has watched. Africa has neglected to take this step, yet this was a protocol that was endorsed by the African Union itself, by Organization of African Unity itself, and other member states. It is sad, therefore, that today, as we see people who have been killed, maimed, kidnapped, civil strife inside Nigeria, a state falling to pieces, the center cannot hold. The leadership of Buhari did its part to fracture the center of this nation, a great nation in Africa, with the potential to help the three African people, has failed to give an example as a big power, a superpower on the continent of Africa. I have submitted this application before the chairperson of and the AU Chair Commission for them to invoke at the articles and take action to the same in order to realize the formation of the African Court on Human and People's Rights, to avoid our people being shipped, to avoid our continent looking at the International Criminal Court as the only alternative. Yet we have mechanisms to stop Africans being exported across to the Netherlands, to give Netherlands more money, to give them more employment, because there are people working in those courts, and yet we want more and more youth on this continent to work on the continent, more lawyers, more professionals, experts, to have our own court that can sentence people, that can look at our bit differences. We have neglected Article 34C, Section 6. Therefore, I've taken the first step to take Nigeria to court. I want to invoke procedurally this journey. This submission, therefore, is made in the interest of advancing foundational principles of the African Union, namely the promotion of human rights across irrespective and the respect of rule of law, access to justice to all African people on their own continent. My Pan-Africanism is different from those who talk, shout, academics who make noise, make statements that I'm not in that theater. I am in a practical theater to use the tools of engagement, the tools of a strategic management of this continent. It concerns the continued failure of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a should state with 250 million people. Every day you open up your TV, you see the people's cry. Abduction, killings, shootings, slaughter, defilement, terrorists. Therefore, Article 34, subsection 6 of the Protocol of the African Charter of the Establishment of the African Court on Human and People's Rights, called AFCHPR, this has been defied, despite the fact that Nigeria ratified the treaty. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pan-African Forum and Associates, Limited and Associates, in line with this mission to uphold justice, democracy, dignity for the African peoples, both in Nigeria from north to east, west to south, the suffering masses of this great nation have taken this respectfully, called on the African Union Commission to treat this matter as urgent and to take appropriate institutional action in line with AU legal norms and values, to ask Nigeria as to why people are being killed.
Yes.
People are being killed in Nigeria, slaughtered, abducted, while we are watching. People are disappearing. Terrorists are forming up groups. Terror cells have sprung up. Fulani herders are taking over this country with 20 million cows, cattle, roaming the whole country from North Sahara Desert to South Atlantic Ocean. They want to take over this country. One dominant feature among us, this, the killings, the slaughter, the defilement, the rape, the earth-scorched policy that Nigeria is facing. That Nigeria and the Nigerian citizens are undergoing in Benue State, 200 people slaughtered, maimed in cold blood. We are keeping quiet, not me. Therefore, the legal framework and obligation of the African Court Protocol 1998 was adopted by the OAU and continued under AU, established and it established a judicial organ that will try crimes of this nature. And the Human Charter on Human and People's Rights, Article 5, subsection 3 is very clear. The protocol enables individuals like me, and NGOs and other agencies to directly approach the court.
Okay.
If that country has submitted the instruments under Article 34(6). Why, therefore, I'm asking the Federal Republic of Nigeria that ratified the protocol has refused for 20 years, over 20 years, not to deposit this crucial declaration. I want to enable Anyone who has got the knowledge to answer me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing this for humanity. And let me go in history. Nigeria is not my country. But Nigeria is an African country that would have made us proud if we put it back in order. The weakening of constitutional continental justice system has begun with Nigeria. Nigeria continued to fail as a state, a superpower with 250 million people, has failed to place these documents before the court. Remember, we have 11 judges. And I want to take this opportunity to congratulate my comrade, my dear friend, brother from Mali, Sako, for having taken over as the presiding president. And hopefully, with you at the helm, we are going to change Africa through this court, that no African should be shipped to International Criminal Court, of which America does not subscribe to, but America harasses, arrests, abates to arrest the people and take them there. C. Violation of AU normative commitments. Nigeria's refusal contradicts the African Union commitment to the Charter of Democracy, Dignity, Election Governance, the Constitutive Act of AU, and Agenda 2063, aspiration for a just rights respecting Africa. Therefore, it has violated. 4. Political and moral responsibility. As Africa's most populous country and a key contributor to continental peace and governance frameworks, Nigeria bears a unique responsibility. It cannot advocate for African solutions for African problems, yet while rejecting African legal accountability for African mechanisms. Mark that point. 5. Our recommendations are the following. That the Pan-African Forum respectfully urges the African Union Commission President, the chairperson, Ambassador, His Honorable Mahmoud Yusuf Ali, to immediately, and I repeat, immediately, because now we are going to ask the legal department to interpret, to tell me why 11 judges are seated in Arusha doing nothing. If you don't tell me that, I'm going to go further. I have now the way. Why should we be paying for 11 judges when Nigeria cannot come to court? Why? Why are we paying taxes? Why are we giving donation to African Union when Tinubu cannot come to court? When Tinubu cannot be answering to this court? Why? When Buhari goes around to kidnap, when the European Union that is funding the Nigerian rogue system is abducting people, detaining people in Finland, in Norway, in other places, why should we keep quiet? I have not kept quiet. Recommendations. I will formally want to formally notify and engage Nigeria, the AU, and I request the AU through its legal system to request the government of Nigeria to immediately surrender the declaration and Article 34(6) declaration enabling the access to the court for its citizens and the civil society and individuals who have been traumatized, slaughtered, killed, herdsmen, Fulani herdsmen coming to take over their farms. We need help here. And that help must come now, not tomorrow, now, today. 2,
please share the life.
Include AU legal and
share the life, please.
Ministerial reporting to go to Nigeria to find out, ensure Nigeria's non-deposit is flagged in upcoming AU legal compliance reports, where I have not seen any report. Mr. Bankole has been hiding these reports. Time has come, Mr. Bankole have been working. I've got everything from your own people in AU. They have given me every information. And I want to thank my researchers, my friends, my comrades. Thank you very much. Continue doing the good job Feed me with this information. I want to forward the clean African Union. I want to clean this. I want to bring a better African Union that can speak for the people of Africa, not speak for the interests of the French.
Yes.
Fellow countrymen, fellow continent citizens, global citizens, those in the diaspora, it is very disheartening. The strength of enforcement of mechanisms. I want to recommend to the AU Assembly and the relevant police organs to consider compliance mechanisms or soft sanctions for state parties like Nigeria that fail to implement judicial and treaty commitments. It's sad. When we want to go and accuse people in the ICC, I'm doing this to help some people on the continent who run around, who don't know. They run everything that happens. They want to run to ICC. No. No. No, 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 no. We got our independence. We don't need to run to ICC. We need to run to Arusha. We need to run to Addis Ababa. We need to run to ECOWAS. We need to run to SADC, South Africa. We can't create a parliament and the parliament is useless. Why do we send our MPs to South Africa? I'm doing this radically to change the situation. Africa must stand. I am not bad. Call me anything, but I'm not going to give up. I'm not fighting anybody by gun. The last I handled a gun was a long time ago, when I was fighting Idi Amin and other people. I am using the brains to educate Africa that this is the route to go. The issue of public communique. The AUC, African Commission, AUC, should issue a clear communique. And I want to see it in black and white. Because if you don't do this, the next action I'm coming, we shall hear your cases without you.
Did you get that?
And that is Nigeria, be careful.
Yeah.
I'm on you.
Because
you are the biggest country in Africa. We don't need you in Africa to create any problem for us. We need you to help us so that other people can see you are doing something very important. It is sad, therefore, to have very serious interactions. It is sad, therefore, to have very, very serious countries like Nigeria to fail us. Nigeria is a shame to Africa.
Nigeria is a shame. 600
people die in a flood. This place, a country with resources consumed by corruption, by luxury, no medicine. The head of state flies to France because in Britain we are blocked. Flies to France to get medical treatment, yet Panadols are missing in hospitals in Nigeria. The African Court, therefore, in conclusion of human and people's rights, I want to say, and I state here categorically, that the African Court on Human and the People's Rights was not created as a symbolic institution, but a living judicial mechanism with 11 judges to serve Africans. Therefore, I conclude by saying, if citizens of Nigeria, the largest democracy on the continent, cannot access this court, cannot access justice, then the integrity of African Union human rights systems is at risk. We can't say we created the African Union for this type of mess. This is a critical moment for the African Union Commission to act with clarity, courage, and consistency. I remain available for further dialogue and legal engagement on this matter. I give only 4 days for reply.
4 days.
Failure, I will move because I have already got what to do, where to do it, how to do it. I will move across to stage the last staging point. I remain the chairman, founder of Pan-African Forum Limited and Associates. You can reach me on africastrategy@hotmail.com if you have anything to write. This statement issued in Arusha, Tanzania on 1st of July 2025. The year of our Lord. Thank you. God bless you. And I want to be very candid that these countries have got a habit of conniving with states like Finland, Norway, in Africa, who come and preach human rights in their countries, but they come to Africa, ignore the human rights that are being abused in the African continent. Finland is dealing with Nigeria to obtain gas, to obtain oil contracts, construction of roads, infrastructure, but it is not bothering to tell the world under the European law, which again, Article 41 of the European Convention and the Universal Suffrage law that touches human rights, the right of explaining to a court that there is a conflict that is killing people. They have not done it. I want to thank you and thank all of you who have stood by me. I will pro bono on a voluntary basis struggle on. Those who want to help me, help me. My contributions are very clear. Every contribution of yours will be.
The prosecution, or one of the prosecution witnesses, I think Mr. BBB or so, all the things they asked him was saying no. At a point, the the judge or Justice Omoto got angry and was reprimanding them that if they don't have any matter to, they should stop coming and all that. It happened. So there was nothing concrete. I was thinking they are going to present a cache of arms stockpiled by Nnamdi Kanu somewhere. Because how can you be a terrorist without gun, Mr. Okoro? Mention anywhere in the world where you see terrorists without a single, not even cutlass with them.
You are a lawyer. What about inciting people? Because they also said it was inciting people.
What are you talking about? Inciting in what way? Hold on.
They recovered radio Biafra equipment from him.
Hold on, please. That is not the one of the hallmark of a terrorist. Politicians do incite people. True of us. Politicians. Were you not here when somebody told you that God told him that they should kill Tinubu's wife, Oluremi, that she's an infidel? Did it not happen in this country? That man was not even arrested, not to talk of questioning. What does that tell you? That one is even worse. The man who said it, Sheikh Tenshi. So when you are talking of incitement, I don't know what you people are talking about. That is not the hallmark. That's not the prescription of a terrorist. Terrorists mean you are heavily armed, killing people, taking up territories, destroying villages and all that.
The terrorists also attack soft targets deliberately.
You say what?
They deliberately attack soft targets.
They don't look, as long as they're terrorists. To cause
disaffection between the government and the people.
Listen very well. A terrorist is a terrorist. And there are prescriptions. That's why no nation in the whole world has seen Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist or IPOB as a terrorist group. Because they know how to describe a terrorist or terrorist organization. They know. This thing that Killer Fulani herdsmen are doing is a perfect description of terrorism. Perfect description. But the federal government of Nigeria don't want to see that. They are still calling it a farmer header class. Do they need all the forest, all the land in the whole of Nigeria to do their business? If it is farmer header clash, no, tell me. You mean they don't have a place? You know, you had when Niger State to call them, come. If you are looking for land, we have more than enough. Kano State to call them, come, we have more than enough. Did they listen? They said no. So if it is land they are looking for, the states have promised them, come and take as much as you like a Niger State. Niger State has the size of the whole of Southwest. Okay. So why couldn't they go there if they are looking for land? If they are looking for land. I'm talking of a land that is twice the size of Lagos State. You can get it in Niger State, and yet there's vast area still left. 76,000.
Barrister, we are left with just 1 minute. Now, on the 18th of July, the prosecution and the defense will make their final addresses. What do you expect?
I cannot speak to them. The fact is that they have closed their case, Abi. Yes. The procedure and processes are going on fine.
Okay.
But from the look of things, it looks like the federal government have nothing against Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay. So,
yes.
So they are likely to let him go.
Well, is it not obvious? Is it not obvious when they don't have any strong evidence against him? I told you here. if they have come out and said, look, oh, it was Nnamdi Kanu, the whole of one part of Imo State, he occupied it, he killed every people, he did this, he did, you know, that he made the broadcast. Who told you?
Okay.
So this other one that are killing in Benue, it was Nnamdi Kanu that incited them to, Abi. In Sokoro, it was Nnamdi Kanu. He was the one that incited them. Why didn't they say that?
Anyway, well, Barrister, July 18th is about a month away from today, so let's see what goes on before then and on that day. This will be a good place to anchor this conversation.
So my people, you guys have heard what Barrister Darlington said, right? You guys heard what he said about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as well as you guys also heard what the African leaders said that they're going to sue Nigerian government if Nigerian government does not do the right thing by stopping the insecurity as well as the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu illegally. Like you can see that a lot of things is going on in Nigeria, to be honest. And now we are just hearing that David Umahi has come out to tell us that the federal government is ready to negotiate with Kanu, and we are asking what is really happening? Is this one another strategy or what? What is going on? What is really going on? And you guys already know that David Umahi is a supporter of Tinubu right from beginning. In fact, David Umahi doesn't even like IPOB. He does not. He does not like anything about Biafra. So he has been a supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu for so long now. And you guys heard what he said. He said that the federal government is ready to negotiate, and we all see this thing as a strategy, and we're not giving in. Yes, the indigenous people of Biafra, the Southeast people are not giving in to what David Umahi said. We don't have time for negotiation again. We don't have time at all. We don't have time again. There was a time we are asking for negotiation, but now we don't want it again. So I'm going to be taking some comments here of what people said here. Okay, this one said Umahi's credibility may be called into question given his spiral collaboration with President Buhari. Yes, Umahi's seriously, they need to be called into question because they don't really understand what the Umahi is saying. Then it is he said another comment here said it is essential to approach his statement and actions critically, considering his past associations and have the potential influences that may have on his current position. Like my own question here is that what do you really think David Umahi is doing this now? Like, do you think that Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to actually use him to pass that message, or they have actually seen that okay, David Umahi is an Igbo man, so let us just use him to see if it's going to appeal to the Southeast, you know, so that they'll be able to negotiate with Kanu. No matter what, we already see David Umahi as a betrayer, someone who has betrayed us. But even saying he's supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu's regime, he has already betrayed the Igbos only by that word he said. Now, this is what I really think. The federal government is, David Umahi says Tinubu did not arrest Kanu, which is true, but the government he now leads is the one holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right? Since many people are saying that Tinubu is not the one that arrested Kanu, David Umahi is also saying that David Umahi is even saying supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that Tinubu does not have a hand in Kanu's arrest. Therefore, we should vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027. Okay, we are saying that Tinubu is not the one that caused it, right? But it was his government that is still holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is why I said so. When they released Sunday Iboha and released Metu Alali, it was Tinubu's regime, right? All these things happened in Tinubu's regime, especially Metu Alali's zone. Metu Alali's zone happened in Tinubu's regime. Tinubu gave the order to release Metu Alali, who is a notorious person. Everyone knows who Metu Alali is. He was a terrorist. In fact, he was a Fulani leader, but they released him, right? Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in detention of Buhari's regime, also Tinubu's regime. So what happened? Why is it that Tinubu did not use his power as president of Nigeria to release Tinubu? Since he's saying that, since David Umahi is coming to tell us that Tinubu did not arrest Kanu, but he has forgotten that it was his government that is still holding Kanu to today. So this statement is an attempt. I think this statement that David Umahi is making is just an attempt to distance Tinubu from Buhari's administration. You get? He's just trying to see it as a way to distance Tinubu, trying to make Tinubu look righteous, trying to make Tinubu look as if he did not do anything. So that statement David Umahi said is just an attempt to distance Tinubu from Buhari's administration, even though there's clear continuity in how the case is being handled. There's clear evidence. People are seeing it that the way Tinubu is handling this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is not good. But he's still saying supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, many people are still saying that this is a damage control, saying because of what David Umahi was saying, that they should not blame Tinubu, they should not even blame them. That why they're still keeping him in detention. We should not blame Tinubu, we should not blame them, but they're still keeping him in detention. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was released now, that would be a different case. It would be a different topic. But you guys are still holding him in detention, and you guys are still telling us that we should not blame you. Now, if the federal government is now willing to negotiate, let me say, for example, now, okay, the federal government is now willing to negotiate. Now, the question that we should be asking the federal government, as well as many other Nigerians, is what stopped them before? That's the question. I would like you guys to drop your comments below. What stopped them from negotiating since? This is like 6 years or 4 years in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention. Now, many people have been telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu that time that he should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through dialogue, or they should do a peaceful something whereby all the whole freedom fighters come together, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows what this freedom fighter wants and give it to them. But you know what? Bola Ahmed Tinubu turned deaf ears. In fact, he was as if he have never heard anything like that. Many people were seen advising him, telling him, even the Northerners, there was an APC man an APC a member who came out and was telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you want peace to reign, you should just settle Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case out of court. Not only out of court, you should also settle it peacefully. Give them what these freedom agitators, give them, because he doesn't care, because the election is not yet coming. But now, guess what? Since the 7th election is coming, there have been campaigns different places, and there have been campaigns different places. And you know what? The worst part is that the P2B, Atiku, and Erufa has organized their own group. You get? So they have organized their own group in order to overthrow Tinubu. So I think this is where the fear is coming from. Because Tinubu is already aware that, the Northerners will not vote for me this time around, because he knows he has messed up when it comes to insecurity, when it comes to hunger. This is 2 years of him in power, and guess what? Nothing has improved. Yes, nothing has improved. Hunger did not stop. Insecurity rose to 100% in Tinubu's regime. We could hear places whereby we could hear series of attacks in the northern side as well as in Benue. So people have seen enough evidence not to vote Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 27. So they are actually looking for David Umahi and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, these two cooperating together, and now looking for a way to make the Southeast vote for them, because they have found that Southeast is the only key point for them to win. Southeast is the only relevant way now, is the most important thing for them to use and win. But we're not going to give them that opportunity. Why? Because time for negotiation has ended, and time we are begging Bola Ahmed Tinubu has ended. Guess what, guys? Justice will prevail in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. I am already sensing freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely be released, because if you take a look at what has been going on in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, right from when he has been in trial, right from when the federal government have been bringing their witnesses to testify against him, guess what? All the whole thing that they have been testifying against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they don't have full evidence of what he's saying. Like this, we're already smelling justice, like freedom at last. That's what is going to happen. And by then, the people who were saying, fighting against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, by that time when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to be released, it's going to be a whole lot. Like he's going to shake so many people, especially his enemies. He's going to shake them. So the 2027 election, general election, is now approaching. The Southeast, the federal government have not thought that Southeast is the only place that we're going to use and win this election. Though the federal government is now needing the support of the Southeast, because they're saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a powerful and emotional symbolical figure that are going to use and win this election. But we are saying a no to them. Yes, we're not going to trust them. In fact, you can't even trust the federal government. All their promises are fake. Recalling to when they promised Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's brother of the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if there was no violence in the 2023 election. But what happened? There was no violence in the 2023 election, but still Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was never released. So guys, I want you guys to watch what this man has to say about the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been in continuous detention, as well as what he said here. He said that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released, strange things are going to keep happening in this country until he's definitely released. You guys just listen to him and watch what he said.
Nigerian government releasing Nnamdi Kanu. I hope you people are enjoying the mass destructions that the Boko Haram are causing in the north. Because it is this careless attitude of you people that will make ordinary citizens to sign a mass destruction of a society. Because how long will you detain this man for no reason? Prove to the world what this man have done wrong. If you people are not enjoying the mass destructions of the north by the Boko Harams, releasing Nnamdi Kanu now. Because what you people will see in the nearest future, it will be a shocking news to the whole world. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu or prove to the world what he have done wrong. You people will witness a heavy load. From one court adjournment to another court adjournment to another court adjournment. Release this man or prove to the world what he does wrong. That is what we are saying. Ordinary citizens will sign a mass destruction of everybody. If you people, if care is not taken, this is just a warning.
You guys heard him right, where he was saying that if they should better release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not, all the things going on in Nigeria will keep going on. Like all the banditries, the attack going on in the northern side, especially, is the attack going on in the north is not something to write home about. It's actually sad. Even looking at what happened in Benue State, the killings of 200 people by the same Fulani terrorists. In fact, there was this video that of a Fulani man. Like there was this video of a Fulani man in someone's farm, and the person was telling the Fulani man to leave his farm. And do you know what this person said? The Fulani man now answered him, telling him that he should go and call Tinubu, that Tinubu is not going to do anything. If let him call anybody he knows, that he's not afraid of even Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Like I told you guys, that is the government that gave these people hands to be doing anything they're doing in this country now. Even because of that hand that they gave them, all these things will not be happening. So the federal government gave them hand to be doing all these things they're doing, and that's why they'll do something, they'll kill people, and they're not afraid of it. Just watch this video, guys. Just watch this short video of what's between a Fulani man and the owner of his farm, and this is what he replied the owner of his farm.
Make it call and send that. Call Tinubu. Call and say no, come out of farm. Where do you go see? I don't go come out of farm.
You guys heard it, ba? That is just actually a short video of a Fulani man with the owner of his farm saying that he's not going to leave his farm, or that if let him go and call Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This shows that these people are not even afraid of the people in power. You get, so we've seen so many cases whereby you say a Fulani man, he will carry guns and be patrolling the streets. Like the police are seeing it, the Nigerian government are seeing it, the military are seeing it, but they have not stopped these people for once and tell them who authorized you guys the use of this gun. They don't ask them questions. So meaning that the Fulanis have every right to carry guns, right? But once they see an Igbo person with that gun, they will not say, oh, let's arrest you for it is written in the law that nobody authorized the use of gun. Just they'll be giving a particular treatment to the southeast, where they be favoring the northerners. No, they not authorize the use of guns in Nigeria. But how come the Fulanis are saying carrying it? They're not even only carrying it for maybe for their castles, or they're using it to not kill innocent lives. Like kill their fellow human beings, which many people are saying enough is enough. They cannot continue like this. If you see what happened in Rivers State, they not only attack Benue State, they also attack Rivers State. Many people came out and were saying that enough is enough. The Ogoni people in Rivers State were saying enough is enough. They cannot just keep folding their arms and watch the Fulani headsmen by there. They came out and they're saying that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu should send all the whole Fulani leaders in their land away from them. Away from them, they went as far as calling Wiki and Asedi because to come and help them, because they cannot fold their arms and watch these Fulani people take their lives. Just watch this video, guys. This is what happened in Ogoni, in Rivers State, the way they were protesting about the Fulani headsmen. Guys, watch this video.
Why can't you arrest those that are killing our people? Why is it that ever since Ogonis has been killed, nobody, police have not made any arrest? There has been no arrest, nobody has been arrested. We should go and dialogue with our killers, and we should go and engage our killers. Why the people that killed us are living peacefully? And you know to go and engage. Sir, at this point, you are not being realistic.
Yes, I won't say more than that. I will deliver their message to the Commissioner of Police. But my SU want to chip in one or two words too.
a call for justice and protection of Ogoniland. We, all the concerned citizens of Ogoniland, are compelled to raise our voice against the growing wave of violence and insecurity perpetrated by Fulani herdsmen within our communities. The recent attack in Yokuru, Ebubu, Sogo, Weke, which have resulted in the tragic loss of our innocent lives, have pushed our collective patience to its limits. This act of aggression is unacceptable or are unacceptable. We have endured enough. Immediately, we demand the immediate, unconditional departure of all Fulani herdsmen from Ogoniland. Yes, that continual presence pose a grave threat to the peace and security of our people. Yeah. Should this be ignored? Repeat. Should this be ignored? No. And I repeat again. Should this be ignored? No. We will be left with no choice. We will be left with no option but to defend ourselves. Yes. It will be clearly stated. Any further attack on the lands of the Ogoni people will no longer be reported to the Nigerian police and the security agencies. Yes. The people of Ogoni will resort to self-help and self-defense. Yes.
It's not like the CP is avoiding you. He feels your pains. You understand? But the issue is that CP has been making frantic effort to make sure that all these problems are nipped on the bud. One, there are these herdsmen, farmers, and stakeholders town hall meeting going on in Okehi, Andoni, Axis, and so many other local governments. They are going around local government by local government, and they do this in conjunction with various sole administrators of those particular LGAs. So these are steps CP has taken in resolving some of these crises. Perhaps they might not have reached around the Ogoni axis. But if not for the fact that the area commander is now on leave, Area Commander Buri, maybe you people wouldn't have been here.
So you guys heard what this man said, right? He was talking about the insecurity in Rivers State in Ogoni. Now, this is what he actually said. He said that since the police people are not doing anything about the insecurity in their land, that they're going to now take, that anytime that if any attack happen in Rivers State again, that they're not going to report to the police or the military, they're going to handle it personal, they'll do it self-defense. And you guys know what that means. Them handle it personal on their own, because they are feeling that they are feeling that the Nigerian police are no longer safeguarding them, they're no longer doing their way, so they have decided to take it upon themselves to safeguard themselves. Because normally they will say that if any attack happens, please report to the police. But after checking everything going on, you reporting to the police and the police does not do anything for you, it's not better you resort to self-defense. So that is what you see the Ogoni people are saying, that they will soon start self-defense, because they cannot keep folding their arms and watching these Fulani herdsmen by them. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. What do you really think about what David Umahi has said concerning the federal government that being ready to negotiate with Kanu? Do you think it's a good thing, or do you think that the Southeast should not agree to it at all? Guys, let me know your comments below. So guys, if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share, turn on the notification button to be getting all the latest news in this channel. So guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again in my next live section.